Hello and welcome to your daily dose of Satoshi's news. Today's date is Sunday, the 5th of October, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. Branch your threads, expand your mind with treechat.ai or your post put on chain. Right, let's see what we've got today. We've got to talk about this notice. So obviously everybody was talking about the 5th of October. So the date has actually been moved to the 10th of October. And we'll go over why, speculation in just a minute. We've just got to talk about this this quote here from Lockheed Martin's, I think it was a former CEO, about all the knowledge that they've got to travel amongst the stars. Like literally, this is why the world needs Bitcoin, because they've been hiding knowledge from us for thousands of years. There's so much that they've got. We'll go over some posts from my own feed as per usual. Then we'll have a look at the figures, because obviously Tether's been pumping, and we'll just see what's going on. We've got some 365 days of Bitcoin history, and then we'll finish with the Kalish countdown. Right, let's get into it.
Greg says he's Satoshi, like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, and transactions flying free. He's acclaiming his legacy, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. So let's just remind ourselves of this notice once again from Salomon Brothers. So, yeah, here we go. This digital wallet appears to be lost or abandoned. Our client has taken constructive possession of it and seeks to determine if there is a bona fide owner. This legal notice is posted pursuant to and in compliance with applicable law, which is intended to provide an opportunity for the owner to claim property otherwise qualifying as lost or abandoned. The owner is provided 90 days to respond to this notice. In other words, an owner with a valid proof of ownership must respond before October 10th, 2025. If no response is received, the digital wallets and their contents will be considered to be confirmed as abandoned. In sum, the lack of a response may be provided to a court as evidence for the relinquishment of all rights, title and interest in the digital wallets. This is an important legal notice, and the rights could be adversely impacted if the bona fide owner of this digital wallet does not respond. Provide proof of ownership either by 1. Using the private key associated with the wallet in any on-chain transaction, such as move contents to a new wallet. So in other words, they're saying, look, if this is yours, you can just move them out. But I believe that they're already in the possession of the individual that has the seed phrase and the private key. So who else would have it other than the owner? Which allows the owner to signal ownership while maintaining anonymity and costs an owner nearly nothing because they've already got the keys and the seed phrase, so they can move the coins. Or 2, sending Salomon Brothers a message using contact form, see below, with a detailed description of your valid claim of ownership, including supporting documentation. Message can be sent by an owner or by owner's representative to maintain anonymity. Send a message via contact form below. We'll look at that in just a minute. Our client seeks ownership right to the digital wallet for which no valid owner responds prior to October 10th, 2025. So it's now October 10th, 2025. Henceforth, no person shall trespass upon, infringe the rights of, nor attempt to extract any digital asset from this digital wallet without prior written authorization of our client, except for an individual or entity which can show valid proof of ownership. Our client reserves all rights and will act to defend its rights against any trespasser. Those wishing to contact our client may do so during the using the contact form below. And this is the contact form. Look at that. Fill in the form below. Contact is field marked X with the asterisk are required. Name your ownership representative. If so, what role? What wallets you claim to own? Your email. Are you an individual or do you represent an entity? Where do you live? What country, state? Are you over 18 years old? What's your zip code, province? Do you or the person you represent have the private key? Which they obviously won't do. If your private key is lost or corrupted or invalid, what evidence or ownership can you provide? Attach files using link below. Any additional information, comments, and send. Who would do that? Because they would just be revealing themselves. And we know that the cabal are occult. They don't want to reveal anything about themselves, so they won't be doing that. What are they going to do? It would be interesting. But speculation is over why has the date changed from October the 5th to October the 10th. Well, the initial notice was put out on July the 4th. So maybe you just need to give a few more days grace for the actual 90 days. So it's like 90 days plus another 5 days, just in case, like to make definitely sure the 90 days notice has been given. But also, and I'm just speculating here, I was looking at the 365 days of Bitcoin history, and October the 10th is a very interesting day because, oh, here it is. Go back to October 10th. So the beginning now, isn't it? There we go. Look at this. October 10th, 2024. Craig Wright filed a £911 million claim, so almost £1 billion. I'm sure it was more than that. 911 million. Let's have a look. Oh, well, that's 911,050 million. So that's 911 billion, bordering on $1 trillion claim. $1 trillion claim in the UK High Court Chancery Division against BTC Core Partnership and Square. And again, that was Craig Wright doing it in his personal and private capacity, because they're saying, well, you can't do this as Satoshi Nakamoto anymore. So he's like, okay, well, I'm not Satoshi Nakamoto, then I can do this as Craig Wright, claiming this against them. And again, I mean, look at all these stamps on there. It's not sealed properly at all. It's ridiculous. But anyway, that was October 10th, 2024. So he's filing this claim. And again, speculation over the number, 911. And again, they tried to fine him 145,000, which again, Book of Revelation, the 144,000 were sealed. In other words, protected, so it would seem. So it's all, indirect signaling is something that I suspect. So this is why I think the date is now October 10th, just because that would have been a claim to say, well, look, I am Craig Wright, and, I, as you said before, I expended substantial skill and judgment on creating the Bitcoin file format while writing the code for the Bitcoin system. As was claimed. So it's just like, right, okay, well, you're going to deny me that. Let's see if you can deny me this. So I think that's why they've done it on October the 10th. That's personally what I think anyway. But again, we can speculate until the cows come home on this. We're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But we've got 5 days. So it's now Sunday, which means the 10th is going to be next Friday. Oh, loving Fridays. Right, let's talk about this. This is why the world needs Bitcoin. So Ben Rick, the former CEO of Lockheed Martin's, the Skunk Works division, said here, we already have the means to travel among the stars, but these technologies are locked up in black projects, and it would take an act of God to ever get them out to benefit humanity. He said, anything you can imagine, we already know how to do. And I'm speculating that also means stargates, time traveling, portals. They already know this stuff because they wrote down all the information that was in the library at Alexandria, that contained all the old world information that was far more advanced than we were, and the library at Nalandra as well. So they literally got all the knowledge, wrote it in Latin, and then burnt all the libraries. So they've got it all. They've had this for thousands of years. So they're so far in advance of where we are, and it's all to fulfill their religious agenda. But this is why the world needs Bitcoin, and that initially stemmed from the post I saw here. It's like from Jason Reza Georgiani, and again, that was the quote that I'd not heard here. I was just like, what on earth is this? But they've got this TR3C. I mean, these are just like, space travel vehicles, I'm guessing, that they've got. BN 22,000 rolled orbital interplanetary shuttle. Good grief. TR5A, prototype fighter experimental. It's a O9G. Tactical Airshift Orbital Shuttle. Jeepers. And a TR-3C Roll Prototype Vehicle Experimental. Manufacturer Lockheed Martin. Good grief. I mean, there's so much stuff. No wonder they can get away with their crimes, and we don't know how they've done it because we're not familiar with the technology that they're using. So how can we explain how they've done it if we don't know, if we haven't got the technology? But this is why the world needs Bitcoin, and badly needs it. Just got a report on this as well. So Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla saying, I truly think the best days of Pfizer are ahead of us because COVID was for me like a rehearsal. Unbelievable. Literally just no consideration for all those people that actually died during COVID and, you know, from the old jibby jabby as well. Let's have a listen.
I truly think the best days of Pfizer are ahead of us because COVID was for me like a rehearsal, a prova generale.
Oh, good for you, mate.
How you can mobilize an organization and do the impossible possible against a main disease. We are after cancer and many other things in the years to come. I truly think.
Unbelievable. Literally just like not a care in the world. Didn't take the jibby jabby himself because he said that he wasn't at risk and therefore didn't need to take it. Well, hold on a minute. I thought it was mandated, mate. And you're the one that forced this mandate on people, but you didn't want to take it. It's like, I'm not at risk of the effect. And we've all seen the videos. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's have a look at other stuff that's in my profile here. So Bitcoin Archive says, just in, Charlie Lee says he regrets creating Litecoin. He says, just buy Bitcoin, don't sell. And I've written, yeah, just made himself 300 million by dumping on his unsuspecting supporters. No big deal. We all know what he did. Check this out. So this has literally just been released, the latest Podgoes podcast installment. Check it out. And Patriotic Nation has said here, so-called comedian Lenny Henry says Britain should pay 19 trillion in slavery reparations. What do you say to the man who was about as funny as a power cut? Honestly, so now we know how he got his break. And they're calling in their favours. Cointelegraph says huge. ETH ETF also saw inflows every day this week. 1.29 billion flowed in ETH ETFs past week. Honestly, what an absolute joke that is. Look, Ethereum, BlackRock, Fidelity. Would you believe it? Mustafa Khan says here, JP Morgan sank the Titanic. He said he had a first-class ticket on the ship but cancelled last minute. His biggest financial rivals stayed on board and never made it back. Here's the truth about the unsinkable ship. Oh, there we go. Yep, they know. Look at that. There is Titanic on the left and there's the Olympic on the right having repairs done. Amazing. Yep, all about the... oh, this is great. Look at that. More evidence. Yep, burn area. I've researched all of that. Great stuff. What a thread. What a thread. Let's see what else they've got. Oh, this is a cracking AI model here. Here we go.
Well, I wasn't far off, was I?
Afternoon, sir. Can I see your digital ID, please?
Oh, that's rich. I write the warning and you make it the rule.
Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. This is quite fascinating. So, Jamsey says here, if this plays out, we live in a simulation and this person needs to be found. And this is in relation to this image here where he says anonymous ID. They've got an all-time low 2015 to all-time high 2017, 1,064 days. All-time high 2017 to all-time low 2018, 364 days. Then all-time low 2018 to all-time high 2021, 1,064 days. And again, all-time high 2021 to all-time low 2022, 364 days. It's literally, he said, this pattern would print this cycle's all-time high on the 6th of October 2025. People want to believe otherwise, but the simulation will repeat itself. Like, wow, that is huge. That is huge. So what a pattern to spot. We'll have a look. Yeah, and it looks like it's about to hit all-time highs again as well. They have to keep track of it somehow, don't they? What a spot. What a spot. Check this tweet out. This was great from Dr. Tesla and his radio. He said, does BSV's throughput and vision align with Bitcoin's original philosophy? It's identical because this is the real Bitcoin. Read the white paper, peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's it. BTC abandoned this vision. They capped the block size, let fees explode, and rebranded it as digital gold. When they couldn't scale, they just changed the entire purpose. Craig Wright was persecuted in court. The Coper family systematically deleted and distorted evidence. But here's what's interesting. Those early Bitcoins are still moving. People tell you to trust the court ruling, but courts aren't where truth is found. They're where power and money win. The real Bitcoin protocol is in BSV. Massive throughput, minimal fees, peer-to-peer electronic cash. This was the plan from the very beginning. BTC holders can keep investing in lies. The truth is already in code. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great post there. And this is absolutely hilarious. So I've responded to this saying, yep, none of us have that money. It's the trust that has all the money that we control. And this was in response to Michelle Moan trying to plead poverty. This was ridiculous. Russell Scott said here, I'm no expert, but I don't think this excuse is going to wash with the public. And the excuse was, I don't have the £60 million profit from the botched VIP lane deal, but my family trust does. What that was to do with like protection, COVID protection, wear, and all this kind of crap. Anyway, let's have a listen to this absolute pathetic excuse.
I don't have that money, and my kids don't have that money, and my children, my family have gone through so much pain because of the media. They have not got £29 million.
And this money from PPE MedPro, as I understand it, went into two trusts.
Yeah.
Now, one of those trusts called Kerastol.
Yes.
The beneficiaries of that trust, where half of the profit went, are you and your children.
And Doug's children,
and my children
too.
For the benefit of all my family.
I'm his wife, so I'm a beneficiary as well as his children, as well as my children. I don't have...
Yeah, I don't have that money, but the trust that I'm the beneficiary of does. This is why the world needs Bitcoin. What an absolute pathetic excuse that was. Oh my goodness. Cointelegraph said Justin, UK to lift crypto ETN, that's exchange traded notes, ban for retail investors next week. Honestly, they just can't make their mind up. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Absolutely ridiculous. But this is a great quote here from John Lennon. Check this out. That John Watt posted.
I want peace now. We can get peace now if we want it now. And the left wing talk about giving the power to the people. You know, anybody knows that the people have the power. All we have to do is awaken the power in the people. The people are unaware. It's like they're not educated to realize that they have power. They put the politicians in power. They vote for the local mayor. The people do it. But the system is so geared that everybody believes that just the father will fix everything. The father being the government. Government will fix everything. It is all government's fault. You know, shake your fist at the government. Well, we are the government. The people are the government, and the people have the power, but we must try and make them aware of this.
He's absolutely spot on there. Absolutely spot on. Like, people have just become so dumbed down. And being dumbed down means that they can be taken advantage of. And check this out. So Britain is Broken has said here, Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood give police new powers to stop protests like the Palestinian marches. The Home Secretary said, large repeated and again it's all about dissolving the right to protest, and basically it's just high treason. It's just Unbelievable what's going on. Yeah, we just went through all these just the other day. Good grief. I can't remember if I mentioned this one. I've said this is why the world needs Bitcoin HMRC to take cash directly from bank accounts to recover owed tax from September 2025. Well, again, tax is voluntary. There's no law saying that tax has to be paid at all, because if we did have to pay it, then that would be tyranny. Where's the contract? Yeah, there is no law saying that tax has to be paid at all. But what they're going to do is they're going to link your biometric data, your facial recognition, to your bank account, and then they will just simply dip into it. That's why they want your biometrics. That's what they're going to do. Shocking. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the figures then. 20 minutes gone already. Time flies when you're having fun. Transactions 44.7, block size 91.4. Let's have a look at the blocks coming through. Oh, not bad. 22, 23, 19, 9, 14, 26. Nothing to write home about, but 46,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gregcoin. Mining Bitcoin at a 4.6% comparable profit. Loving that. And yet, price is comparatively all-time low. Let's have a look at the politics in the pie charts then, just quickly. Global hash rate 7 days, 24 hours. Gregcoin hash rate. Oh, come on. Other miners 6.25 on Gregcoin. Bcrash other miners 15.2. Fisher price cash other mining pools 52.08. And again, CoinDart's not reporting the figures there for Bitcoin. We are currently down to fourth place, but fourth place and yet near sort of 100 in market capital rankings. Absolutely insane. Let's have a look at this. What's on chain? Confirmed transactions 434,000. Yeah, here we go. Stats, mining stats, 24 hours. Mining Dutch in the lead. Would you believe it? Mining Dutch 23.9. TAL 23.2. QD Link 15.7. Coup 15.7. SA100 13.7. And Gorilla Pool 7.53. All right, nice. And look at this. Tether couldn't resist it, could they? But the reason it hasn't made the headlines is because it's just under the billion. It's 800 million. They literally just pumped in earlier this morning. Absolutely ridiculous. So that means that it's gone from 174.4 to 177. So it's like 3 billion gone in. 3 billion in a week. Anyway, we know why they're doing it. The entire market is cool. What's this done on the month? 168 to 177. Good grief. So almost 10 billion. 10 billion in a month. Like 2.5 billion a week is what they put in on average. Like trying to prop up their shitcoin market. Ridiculous. But I mean, short and long positions. Again, shitcoiners are still long in it. Short ratio is only 0.24. Crazy. MEXC, just reporting price here. Oh, yeah. Green candles just recently. Chart's been looking pretty good. Yeah, look at that. So we can go back to August. Oh, August been making gains now on this pump. Loving that. Oh, where's that? Back to back to August. Nice. That's all right. We'll take that, as they say. Orange Gateway just reporting a price of $30. I wonder if there's any arbitrage opportunities to be had there. Very good. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus the big dog, Gregcoin. Nothing too much to write home about just yet. Orange X just giving us a good overview of the price action in USD. $1.3 million turnover on genuine Bitcoin. Some 365 days of Bitcoin history. On the 5th of October 2009, the first known Bitcoin price or exchange rate was recorded on the 5th of October 2009. Was published on what was the world's first Bitcoin exchange site, the New Liberty Standard, a site which offered a service to buy and sell Bitcoins in exchange for US dollars using PayPal. Check it out. So this was the very first time. The first known Bitcoin price or exchange rate happened today in history in 2009. So the network was started on the 3rd of January 2009, and then we had the very first exchange on the 5th of October 2009. That's amazing. All right, so the no way. So the Bitcoin piece today wasn't until the 22nd of May 2010, but I suppose that's where it was actually given a real world item, where it wasn't just simply being exchanged. It was for 2 Papa John's pizzas, and that was well above what the price was listed here. But let's have a look at that. Look, yeah, 10th of October 2009. Whoa! So for $1, you could get 1,300 BTC. For $1, 1,300 BTC for $1. Oh my goodness me! So that's 100 for every penny. You get 103, 103 for every penny. Imagine 103 Bitcoin for a penny. Whoa! 103 Bitcoin for a penny. Just buy the entire market. Buy the entire market. Oh my goodness me. That would be hilarious. But people didn't know what it was back then. Amazing. 5th of October 2009. On 5th of October 2009, when the first when the BTC first had a market price of 0.0763 cents per BTC. I wonder if that's 0.07. Yeah, because it wouldn't be that would be like 7 cents on the dollar. I wonder if that's like, so it would be 1/100th of a cent, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would be 7/100th of a cent. Or that's a cent. That's a cent. 100th. Yeah. Per BTC, there were 22,957 wallet addresses belonging to an estimated 18,638 people. On that day, you could buy 1,300 BTC with $1. Amazing. Yeah. So what a day! What a day of Bitcoin history. Loving that. Right, talking about the day, it is now the 5th of September. We're on day 17 of the Kellerswell account up. There's going to be lots of shenanigans because now the Salomon Brothers notice day is Friday the 10th, which means we've got 5 more days to wait until then. There's going to be lots of shenanigans, even probably between now and then, and certainly before the end of the Kellerswell countdown. When that's going to be, who knows, but I shall let you know. So you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. So hit the like button, press subscribe. It's going to be absolutely epic. So until then, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.